Hello, Internet Magic Man here once again from MMOBomb.com, bringing you another first look video, and this time it's for The Cycle, a, you know, kind of battle royale-y, well, let's just get into it and talk about it. It's by Yager, and as you can hear, Jason Winter's with me. We're going to be doing this one as a duo today. How are you, Jason?
I'm doing pretty well. And I want to make sure this is Magic Man and not his daughter, because we are on the Epic Game Store here.
It is. We are on the Epic Game Store because this is, by all accounts right now, an Epic Game Store exclusive that is still on Steam, but you can't get the mode that we're in on Steam. It's weird. I don't know if it's going to be.
There hasn't been any official announcement of, hey, we're going to be here or whatever, but I don't know.
It seems that way, that it's going to be an Epic Game Store thing right now.
But it's got a Steam page, so it's definitely going to release there, right?
Well, the previous betas were there. That's why it was there.
Okay.
But now we're in early access, and, I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on the Steam page and what they're planning to do there. I haven't seen any exclusivity announcements, but go to the Epic Game Store. You can get this free to play early access. There is not planned to be any more wipes, so any progression you make, you should be good. But again, it is early access, so that is not guaranteed. They're just saying at the moment that they don't think they're going to need any. So Jason,
I think that might be incorrect. I think they specifically said, or am I getting confused with a different game?
No, it's the way they worded it, because I actually had to email them.
Oh, really?
Because if you look at the page that's for the update going into early access, it talks about with the next update, there won't be any more wipes. This will be the last one, blah, 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 blah. But that's on the announcement for early access. So I emailed them and said, I'm a bit confused by the wording. Does that mean that going into early access, you performed your last wipe with this update? Or are you saying that the next update you guys make in early access, that will wipe and be the last one? And they replied via email saying, nope, last wipe is done. It came as part of this update. All players should be good going forward.
Yeah, so, that is not at all what it says on their announcement.
It's worded really oddly, isn't it? It's just bizarre.
It says we will need to wipe the account progress for all players with the next update.
Right, but if you look that post is a day before it actually became available on early access.
I guess you're right. Yeah, August 19th. Sure.
Right. So it was really bizarre the way they worded it. So I asked, and that's what they said. So I'm going to invite Jason to a squad here right now, just so we can jump in game while we talk about this a little bit. So as you can see, there are 3 game modes where I could play this alone. It's going to be 20 people thrown onto a map. Play it in the duos, 2-man teams, 10 teams of 2. We'll talk about pacting and what that means in a second here. And playing as a squad, those are 4-player teams, 5 teams for the map. The basic gist of the game is that Jason and I, and we're going to queue as a duo here, Jason and I are going to head to the planet here, and we're prospectors trying to fulfill contracts on the planet and score points. Now, Fortuna 3 that this takes place on has tons of resources, all kinds of stuff to do down there. 3 different factions want you to do things for them and earn reputation with them, and in exchange they'll give you access to blueprints for weapons and gadgets and modifications to your weapons galore. The problem is you can only stay on this planet for about 20 minutes, Jason, because the cycle actually refers to the planet kind of, just going hog ape shit crazy, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's going to kill you. It's almost like other battle royales where there's this field that just kills you slowly.
Yeah, it's weird. Although, so you're going to notice, we're going to say probably battle royale a few times in this first look, but it really does not fall into a battle royale genre for me, Jason, and I don't know if you feel this.
A little bit, but it also doesn't. So.
Yeah, it kind of warps some of the battle royale concepts. Like the storm doesn't shrink and force us into one area of the map. The map is the map throughout the entire 20 minutes. The storm is what limits it to only being a 20-minute match. All right, so here's Jason and I. We're on the planet. We're going to talk about menus and additional things, but here's what we got. Looking in the upper left-hand corner, you see my mini-map. Pressing tab, I can bring up the whole map, which shows a number of different icons. We'll get through those as we go. Right below my mini-map, you see 4 different contracts. The whole point of the game on the PvE side, because this is kind of PvEvP, is for Jason and I, since we're in a duo, to fulfill contracts like we're doing. So in this particular one, we call down a very Firefall-esque drill and protect said drill until it's done, and then we pick up the mineral that it mined. You'll see my progress now on the left-hand side for that particular contract is now 100 out of 250. Once I reach 250, I'll get a star, and that will go into my score in the upper left-hand corner right next to my map. So right now, Jason and I are in second. We have 0 stars, second out of all 10 duo teams. So we will fulfill a number of contracts as we go along. Jason, while we're doing this, just kind of finding contracts and stuff, you want to run the controls down for everybody?
Yeah, so it is basically what you expect from like a shooter. You know, you've got your typical shooter controls. Let's see. The Q and E are what you'll get. You see those at the bottom near our life bars. Those are when you buy things to get additional little items you can use. G will pull up that store to do it. Maybe Mike will do it just now to show you very quickly. We don't have enough credits to do that because we are still accumulating them. You'll notice in the lower left, you got the little C thing there. That shows how many credits you have. And as you go through, you can buy more items. You can buy better guns. You can buy little gadgets, all sorts of different things. Next to that, you see that level 1 probably says. That is the level of your suit. You have a little suit that you start out with. In my case, I've got the jump jet thing where I'm doing this death from above stuff.
I have the speedy suit, which is going to give me double and triple jump capability and some enhanced dodging capability as it levels up. There's like 6 ranks for each suit. They're called kits in the game, and you will get a basic kit when you start playing, and you'll probably craft the other 4 available very quickly.
As we're getting all this stuff, we're getting materials we can use to craft them in between matches. And what we can craft depends on what faction we chose to represent. And as I said, as we do more stuff, they will... Oh, there's a guy. There's a guy. Guy shooting us.
Here comes the PvP portion.
Oh, he got me. He's almost dead, though. Almost dead. Get him.
Oh, nope.
I'm going to do my recovery thing, which is like a respawn.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do mine, too. Otherwise, he's going to send me off the planet. Yep.
Oh, damn.
So you'll notice that we both did an emergency recall. What happens when you've taken fatal damage? You have 20 seconds, and if you can survive, that's fine. Yeah, I should too. So
I just wanted to show,
so I can get my stim boost. That's usually the first thing I like to
try
buy.
this. Never done this before. Getting a vehicle. I don't know what that does.
You can ride around. Once you
I have
die,
a cycle.
You have 20 seconds of kind of injured time, and if you manage to survive that injured time, now Jason, we should probably head north if we want to avoid players for a little bit while we're doing the first look.
Oh, I'm getting hit.
Yeah, you are. If you can manage to survive those 20 seconds, then you will regenerate your health and keep going. If you get killed in that 20 seconds, or if you pop your emergency recall if you think you're about to get killed, you'll spawn somewhere else on the map, but you can only do that once per round. So Jason and I just used ours, which means if we die again, no matter how much time is left on the round, we're done.
So if you look over here on the map, you see like the orange circle, and that's kind of like almost like a dynamic event, like Guild Wars 2 style kind of thing.
Well, this particular one, those are the hunt for biomass contracts that you see on the left-hand side. So
kill stuff. Basically.
In addition, in this particular one, we're going to kill stuff, and then we're going to pick up biomasses that they drop, thus filling that little meter. Now, these things tend to be a little harder than the initial mine. Oh, my God, we are getting shelled by prospectors.
Oh, really?
God damn it.
More people?
Yep.
A rival prospector has been marked as dangerous.
I'm out.
Has been placed on them.
Damn it!
Oh, dang. Yep, you got me too.
Yeah, they came sweeping through. I didn't even have a chance to react.
So we are at the bottom of the listing. Good job, us.
Out of 10 squads, we're currently in 9th place. The final rank could change depending on what happens with the remaining players, how many contracts they fulfill. You can see that Jason and I never got off the ground. We didn't fulfill, well, I guess we fulfilled one contract. We got 250 ore at least. Now, that ore one will keep going, too. So once we collect 250 and do 1 star, we can collect another 600 and fulfill it as a 2nd star and keep gaining points. So it's not like you clear these little events and then that's it. You don't have shit to do. You keep going because the point of the match is to fulfill as many contracts as you can. And then as the timer starts to tick down and end your 20-minute play session, the planet starts going storm apeshit berserk. Evac comes in, but you got to clear the evac area, and then you got to make it to the evac vehicle itself to be extracted. All the while, you're trying to fulfill as many contracts as you can to rank highest on the leaderboard to get the most loot and experience out of it. I think that is like, there it is. That's the game, isn't it, Jason? I mean, that's
Pretty
it.
much.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a good bit of stuff to do. It's got a lot of variety, and you can play quite a while just doing the PvE stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Now, if you ever want to learn what the different contracts are, because there are quite a few of them, I wish there were more, and I'm sure there's going to be more as we go along, you can go to the training ground. Not only is that useful for getting a feel for each weapon type and things like that, but the contracts are playable in there, so you have a little playground where you can go in and fulfill different contracts by yourself just to see how they play. Because there are some, like activating the power station, where you have to find 3 different relays, clear them, turn them on, then go to the master relay and turn it on. The catch there is, don't let somebody snipe turning on that master relay at the end, because then they're going to get credit for it. So you can do a lot of griefing of people beyond just going in there guns ablaze and killing them. But Jason, let's try to queue solo and see if we can get the same match.
Okay, starting now.
Because we want to show you something here called pacting, which I really enjoy about this game, Jason. I don't know how you feel about this, but I like it.
I was in a pact briefly in one of the games I played, and then like we immediately got hit by someone else, so I didn't get a chance to do it. But yeah, it's like grouping on the fly.
It really is, and it can only be done in groups of 2. You and one other person. I don't know. Can you invite a third or a fourth if you're playing in solo or duo? I know repacting is enabled. I could pact with Jason, drop that pact, shoot him later, and then repact with somebody else. We did get the same match. Good.
Yes, we'll see if we can find each other and pact with each other, or maybe just kill each other.
Right.
Also, notice in the upper right, it shows the different contracts that are going to be available on this map, so it does change out every time.
Yep, and it also shows you where you're going to land. I'm going to be landing in the almost the far northeast corner, Jason.
I'm in the lower left, so like southwest. So
Could not be further. All right, so how about we go to the northwest corner of the map? You go north, I'll head west. Now, I am going to do some things on the way there if I see any like easy ones or minerals. You'll notice that the minerals and things like that, there are difficulty scaling for each of those. So one might only farm 100 mineral, and that's easy. So not hard to kill the 2 or 3 monsters that come your way while it's doing its thing. But you might run into a mineral that's going to farm 600 of that ore, and that one's going to be a little harder to defend. You're going to get some more powerful monsters, so you want to kind of start with the easy ones, earn some credits, get your additional loadouts, whatever you've set up, buy those loadout pieces, and I'll show you how to set up your loadout after this match. Yeah, I'm just going to let that sit there and farm. That should be good. Yep. And then work your way to the harder items once you have your advanced weapons. Maybe you've leveled up your... Seriously? Oh, I got spit on by a monster. I thought I got plucked by a sniper rifle already. I was like, what the hell? 500 credits? Once you have your more advanced weaponry... I don't have double jump yet. That's going to hurt. Fall damage. Shit.
Yeah, fall damage sucks.
Yeah.
Especially when you're doing your jetpack stuff like me.
See, I have double jump, so I love like falling from extraordinary heights and then jumping right at the end. Now, one of the things that you may not know is how I was able to tell Jason we should head north. There's a lot of players in this area. Looking at the map here, you'll see they're very faint right now. You'll see a few red squares, red transparency squares. That means that there's a high concentration of players in the area. So it kind of cues you into, hey, if you don't like the PvP aspect of this game, kind of stay away from the red squares on the map. If you like the PvP aspects of the game, head towards the red squares on the map. And those squares...
A rival prospector has been marked as dangerous.
Oh,
a bounty has been placed on
prospector's
them.
got a bounty. And that kind of... The red squares deepen in color and become less transparent the more there are more players in the area doing things. What that means, by the way, with a prospector having a bounty on them, you have the option when you shoot somebody down of just shooting them down, but you could also run up and melee them with your knife or whatever. If you kill a bunch of people or you're mean to a bunch of people like that, stabbing them in the face when they're in their triage timer, then you can end up with a bounty on your head. And if you take out somebody that's got a bounty, you get a contract completion for that too. So I really like, Jason, like and you know generally I'm not into PvP, particularly in a shooter, but I actually love the way this feels playing this, where I can jump from taking somebody out to... Oh, is this you? Is this you?
No, I don't think so. I can't be that close to you yet.
Nope. So now this guy doesn't know I'm here. I think he's AFK. But see how the T pops up? I can pact with him, and if he accepts it, it'll put us in a duo. And we can drop that pact at any time, but then we'll have a few seconds where we're not allowed to shoot each other. So I'm going to try and get a PK here because I think this dude's AFK.
It's the only way you can do it, huh? But yeah, what you were saying about how they do things, I always thought that there needed to be like a PvE-ish kind of battle royale, where it's not just about killing each other, but about doing PvE kind of things like collecting quests and so on. And you can do that in, hey, there's 50 people or 20 people or 100 on the map, and you try to get the best score. Like, I always thought something like that could be popular, and that's sort of what they're doing with this.
And it is by Yager, so that's the team you may be familiar with. He got screwed out of a kill there. So he actually came back and popped the health shield right before he died. But he had me in my triage thing, but right before he put me in triage, he had requested a pact to try and save himself. So I waited till I was in triage and then accepted the pact.
Oh, God.
And he couldn't kill me.
You're terrible.
Yeah, so again, Dreadnought, you may or may not be a fan of that game and its genre a little bit, but I don't think there's generally too many gripes with the way it did monetization, and I hope that we don't see too many gripes here. Here's the thing, gang. We can't really tell you much about the monetization. There's 3 Founders Packs available for purchase right now, capping at about $60. The only things in the Founder Packs are different skins, like you can see the skin that I'm using on my pistol right now. This guy's trying to tell me to come here, but he doesn't know that I'm trying to see Jason, so I'm going to run away from him and break pack. Like this skin that I have on my handgun right now. There's some emotes, but... and there is some in-game currency that's given to you, but there is no shop to spend it in yet. So their plan, as they've said on their site, is very cosmetic-oriented, skins, emotes, stuff like that. But we don't know if we'll see like loot boxes and stuff like that.
So I wandered into a duo, apparently, and didn't go well for me.
It didn't go well for me? All right, well, then I'm going to run over to my...
So I started over my southwest corner, so I don't know if we're going to hook up.
Well, at least we did, ironically, we did get to show everybody what pacts do.
There you go.
It just wasn't with you and I. All right. Now, here's the thing. I was moving so slowly and waiting for you that I still have not even bought my stim pack yet. I only have 72 credits.
Friend, there are some abandoned research drones just lying around. Maybe you can rescue them for us.
I did notice, Jason, I don't know if you have, that there is flora and fauna all over the place that is actually living, that you can't kill. That it, just like creatures running around in the woods that aren't monsters.
I have not noticed that. Everything tries to kill me.
So I've really enjoyed seeing some things like that. Oh my God, I got stuck in this tree branch. Whoa!
I'm currently 9th, by the way. How are you doing?
15th, but that's because I wasn't doing dick while I was headed over there for you. Although I do have one contract that I don't think anybody has touched my mines yet, so they're doing really well. It's like a natural gas thing. You plant the thing and then just hope nobody comes across it. And it is about to hit 1 star, and I need 150 ore to hit a contract there. Salvage drones, hunt the ruthless, and sabotage the drone carrier. About to hit 500, so that'll help. And how much is this one? This one's only going to be 100, so this won't quite get me there.
boss needs to be
All right,
refined
up
now.
to 11th
Can't
now,
always
Jason.
check
Where are
me
you
out.
at?
Also 11th.
Oh. Where's my teammate?
Over here.
Yeah, I'm coming, buddy.
You actually have a teammate? Did you keep him? Thought you killed
Yeah,
him.
no. I kept
Oh,
him
okay.
until I knew you were going to be in the area, and then we just kill him. Now, I will say one thing. Early access, Jason has not had too many glitches. I have. So, kind of feel like your experience may vary on that one. I've had glitches where the game loads and all of a sudden my loadouts and my faction standing are at 0. And so when I'm in the game, I can't buy anything except a vehicle. I've also had UI issues where the UI itself doesn't load. I've had, and we've seen it, I think, in this video once or twice, little lag pops here and there. It is early access, but your mileage may vary, I guess, depending on, you know, whatever the weather is in your damn area.
Yeah, I've had no technical issues that I can think of.
You haven't even had, like, texture popping and stuff like that?
No.
There's been a lot of areas where I walk into, particularly if there's a lot of players, where like the textures take forever to pop in. So I'm looking at like a not so smooth rock, and then all of a sudden, boop, there's a rock. Where is my teammate trying to take us? I have no idea where he's trying to make us go. Oh, okay, cool. I have 152 credits. Let's buy my stim boost.
Heads up.
So now I have my stim boost. I can use this. I think it's like once every 35 seconds. I map it to E. You can
Check me out.
grab another thing and map it to Q from the store. What is in the store is determined by what you put in your loadout in between rounds. As far as your character, there's really nothing to really write home about, Jason. I mean, you pick an archetype, but the rest of it comes down to skins and loadouts.
And you can customize your appearance a little bit with like what you're wearing and whatnot, but
Yeah, all
for the
the
most
skins.
part,
Yeah. All right, so oh boy,
Injuries detected.
gotta use that stim pack. This brute is kicking my ass because he popped up out from my right. So these monsters are attacking that drill. The top bar there shows the drill's health. The bottom bar shows its progress towards mining. And right
one thing I
now-
also like about this game is that even though you have like ammo per magazine, it's not like ammo overall. Like you have unlimited ammo,
Yeah,
you just have to keep
yeah.
reloading.
Yeah, you're not picking up ammo off the ground or anything.
Yeah.
Really, it's just credits and materials. All right, collecting 600 mined ore. Sweet.
Notice, kit adapted for improved
And
operation
now
in current
my
environment.
duo is up to 7th, Jason.
I am at 13th.
And I need 15 credits so that I can buy my assault rifle.
Come on over here.
Oh, I just hit a 400 thing. I don't think I want to do that. I'm just going to let that go.
Yeah, we just completed a 600. It was a little rough, little hairy. I'm still running around with the pistol. That's why I need 11 more damn credits. Please be an easy one. This is 200, so it'll be like normal. I've seen
Yeah,
easy, normal, hard, and very hard. Actually, I don't know if normal was the wording. I can't remember. All right, 200 credits. Let's call this down. Get my assault rifle.
Heads up.
That'll help out. Now I won't be using the damn handgun. Although I do have an upgraded pistol, so it's actually not that bad. I upgraded it. I don't know if you've done any of that yet. I made a better one that had slots on it, and I customized the magazine and stuff a little bit.
Yeah, I do have a better pistol, but I haven't customized it yet.
All right, so we're in 6th. We got about 8 minutes and 18 seconds to go here. In about 4 minutes or so, you're going to start, 3 minutes or so, you're going to start seeing the planet. I mean, if you look up in the sky, it's already kind of getting a bit dicey up there.
I've
but-
never gotten that far. I've never survived long enough to see the
Oh,
cycle
really?
actually begin.
Oh,
So-
yeah. When the cycle begins, it gets nasty. Lightning and shit everywhere. At about 3 minutes or so is when I don't know the exact time, is when the evac will start coming in. and then we'll have to get there and clear the evac zone. The problem is everybody. So here's some of the fauna that you can't kill, or the livestock that you can't kill, I guess. Say they just run away when you shoot them. Yeah, so we'll have to clear the evac zone. The problem is everybody else is going to be trying to get there and clear the evac zone, so it becomes like just a death trap to get to evac. Died as in you're out?
Yeah, second time.
Uh-oh.
Let me see if I can spectate you now. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, you can.
There's a spectate feature.
Uplink switching in 4 seconds. All right, so now we see the sky starting to get dark and stormy. Now Jason can see it since he's watching. Are you watching my screen now?
Yes, I am. Guarding your little purple thing. Where's your buddy?
You know what? I'm not sure where he went.
There he is. Must be nice having a friend. People just tried to kill me.
Screw you, brute! Ooh, purple credits. Rarity colors on like things like credits just really indicate how much. You know, so like you might get 25 credits as a pretty common drop, but 500 credits as a rare or whatever. Is there anything worth buying in the store? Yeah, I'm going to get my heavy turret out, and we're going to put that on Q. That should help with clearing the evac a little bit. So, Jason, while I'm trying to actually survive here and finish this up, this roundup, what are your overall thoughts so far?
I do like it. I think it is pretty cool. Like I said, it's innovative that they tried to put a PvE kind of twist on things. The time limit is an interesting way to do it instead of, because there's a lot of Battle Royale games you play that it can go on for like 30 minutes, maybe even 40 or so for some of the longer ones. So having this set time limit is a really neat way to do it. I guess if I had a criticism, it would be, for me at least, it seems like I'm just farming up credits rather slowly. Like
yeah.
I don't get to buy stuff as often as I maybe would like to. And we only have that 20 minutes, like you really want to get it a little quicker. So
I absolutely agree on that. Medium difficulty is what it said, so not normal. Medium. We're in 8th. We only have 4 completed. I feel like we've been busier than that.
I feel like I spent most of my time running around trying to find stuff and getting killed.
See what I mean about the weather?
Oh yeah, it's a little nastier out there.
Now I can use my turret repeatedly, like my med kit, my med stim, but with just a little under 5 minutes left, I'm gonna hang tight with that one for now because I have a feeling we're gonna need all the help we can get when the evac zone opens up.
You say that happens at 3 minutes?
Yeah, we should see a message shortly here that says evac coming in 60 seconds, and then it'll count down in the upper right.
Come on, over here.
Okay.
I can't see the timer while I'm spectating, so.
Over here.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm with you. The timer's at 4:16, 4 minutes and 16 seconds.
There is integrated voice chat in this too, so you can talk with your, should be able to talk with your ally if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I have my mic muted in-game just to facilitate the recording of the first look video here. But yeah, so you can talk shit. Evac ship arrives in 57 seconds now. Can you see that on Spectator?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. So evac is on its way, and actually where my partner tagged is where the evac's going to come in. Now it's just staying alive. This is where the, hey, you're in 7th, pending the next 7 minutes comes into play. Because I could finish right now and die in 8th, but if the people in 9th and 10th actually make it to evac, they could push me out of 7th. So there is like a little bit of fluidity to the ranks until the match ends. Now we're pushed to 9th. We really didn't do a lot of contracts here. Well, that doesn't help that I spent the first, like, 5 minutes of the match looking to try and team up with Jason.
I know, I'm just holding you back.
Look at that first mission of mine, though. Those, like, gas ores have just been
Now look up.
free points the entire match for me.
Yeah.
I found 2 of them on the north side of the map, and, like, nobody touched them. Looks like they're off. Oh, no, they're still farming. All right, so now we got to clear the evac zone. Otherwise, the evac won't come in. If we, like, don't clear evac, it will leave, and we will die due to the weather.
Speaking of you know, being able to farm things, I actually did steal stuff from one thing that was left around, so I went and did that. And it said that that there was a notification that now that person knows I stole their stuff.
Oh, when you PvP kill them?
No, it wasn't PvP. It was just his like little collector sitting there, and I just went up and hit F on it and stole all their stuff apparently.
Now there's quite a few people here. I can see their lines of fire coming in.
Area cleared. Hop to it, prospector.
All right, so there's evac, and we can
I've
try.
never seen this part before.
Don't
Jump on?
don't jump in there yet. Okay, now the door's open, so he can jump in there. Oh, that was smart.
Down
He
his
threw a turret out
Put
first.
yours out.
No, that's all right. I was gonna try and take that person out.
Safe down.
Well, look at you, ain't you special, surviving all the way to the end.
All the way to the end, sucker. So right now my rank is 5th with 7 contracts complete, and in a minute and 27 seconds that will lock down. But we get a breakdown of all the different contracts that I've completed. We get to see our rewards. We get little rewards packages for the match. These are our materials that we're going to use in crafting, which I'll show. We should show next. At the bottom, I'm gaining my experience right now for the Korolev faction. But as you saw at the beginning of the match, you don't tie yourself to a faction right off the beginning of the game. You can cycle through the 3 on a per-match basis. Now, Jason, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to pick different factions?
Because different factions let you craft different items, different weapons, different so on and so forth, and they're limited to each faction. So if you want that certain kind of sniper rifle, you might have to choose a certain faction to try and gain rep for.
Exactly. So I'm showing the primary weapon screen on the crafting right now, and you can see my blueprints for faction level 2 have 2 guns available. Now I've crafted all the level 1 stuff and part of the level 2 stuff, and you can see that they're both light blue, which means I have the materials to build both of these. You can see them in the kind of weapon display window on the right that shows the stats for the weapon, any slots that it might have for changing magazine, rail, body, stock, and the materials needed and owned at the bottom of the screen there. Since these are both blue, I can create them. I have the materials to build them. But one of them has a lock on them. And if you look at it, that's Osiris. It shows you that that's the Osiris faction. So I don't have level 2 standing with Osiris. I have level 3 with Korolev and level 3 with the ICA, and all 3 of these have their own little storylines and kind of a little specialty as far as what you can expect out of their gear. But because I don't have faction level 2 with Osiris, I can't create that gun yet. Faction level 3, you see I have 3 different things, all of which I have the materials to build. 2 of these I can build because they're faction level 3 with Korolev and the ICA, of which I have both, but I don't have faction level 3 with Osiris once again. So my next match or 2, I'll probably be queuing with the faction Osiris just to kind of catch that up to the ICA and Korolev. I did like this, though, Jason, because this did allow me to go into crafting, particularly in the gadgets, or not gadgets initially, the abilities, and find out which abilities did I want first. Like, oh, I definitely want the healing stim first. Let's get that first. And it allowed me to go, okay, which faction should I play then? Oh, I've got to play the match for this faction. So you can really just pick your faction based on what abilities or gadgets or weapons are you kind of going after, rather than pick a faction and just play it and be stuck with it.
Right, like I have the jetpack, which lets me do the death from above thing, which puts me like right in the middle of bad guys. So I went for the ICA because they have level 2. They have like a pistol that's like basically a shotgun pistol, so really good close range damage. Figure if I'm going to be down in close range, I might as well get something like that. So
these are the kits. Basically, these are your suits. You will start with the basic Prospector kit. You can build the Mach 2, the Boxer Warsuit, the Dragonfly Flight Suit that Jason was just talking about, and the Quick Suit, which is what I prefer to wear. They all have different health, different shields and movement speeds are all the same, but their health is variable. And then what their specialty is, like the Quick Suit allows me to do my double jump, and I can crouch while sprinting, and some dodge mechanics. Jason's, you can see, lets him fly around, and he can come flying at the ground and do some fun stuff.
It's worth noting that all these kits are extremely easy to craft too. Very, very little materials. So
You'll
you
have.
can swap them around, try whatever you want.
Yeah, you could build all 4 of these kits probably in 1 to 2 matches at most, and you'll build all 4. I haven't had a problem, Jason, yet with the grindy aspect of the game. Now, here's the thing. Like, if you look at, and I'm sure I will, because if you look at Blueprint's faction level 2 for primary weapons, let's look at the BP ICA guarantee. It's a heavy weapon, and you can see that it takes is 15, 1, and 25 of those 3 different materials. And we could go to materials and actually look at what those were and the rarity if we wanted to. But sticking with the ICA guarantee, let's say 15, 1, and 25. Let's scroll down and go to faction level 10, where we now have additional items that are of increased rarity. We now have an orange rarity item that we need 5 of for, say, the Carla. And now everything else we need 250, 250, and 500. Now, that doesn't scream to me Warframe levels of grind, but that does say you're going to have to earn it once you get to a certain faction level. Not to mention that to even be able to build these, you will have had to grind out the reputation with said faction, too.
I mean, I've already got 28, 18, and 101 on those, so I'm doing okay, which, by the time I get to level 10, I feel like I'd be all right, but...
Yeah, on those, I have 25, 60, and 64.
The question is going to be that gold thing and how hard those are to get.
Yeah, and I've gotten them before. Have I gotten them? Let me take a look at the material.
I actually do have a little bit of some other stuff, like from the previous tier. I have some of that stuff.
Yeah, I have some stuff from that tier too. So, we'll see. And sometimes I will tell you can find those mats just laying around on the map too. You don't have to get them as a match reward. You may just find them. So there is a benefit to exploring the map, exploring little huts, little houses, things like that, as far as finding materials, finding additional credits. It's not just head towards the objectives, although you are certainly free to do that too, because increasing the contracts you complete will also increase your rewards at the end of the match too. So I gotta say, overall, Jason, I'm really enjoying this a lot more than I thought I would. I'm finding the kind of balance between BR and PvP and PvE to be really enjoyable. I'm not feeling like the same thing I get with Battle, although I don't know why. With Battle Royale, it's like, God, I queue up for Fortnite. I know what a Fortnite match is going to look like. Blah. Let me do it again, and again, and again, and again. And it is literally the same thing going on here, with just slightly different presentation and mechanics, but I find this infinitely more enjoyable. And I think that's just a personality thing. Your mileage may vary.
I think the fact that the contracts and so on are scattered around, they're different every time, I think that adds a nice little bit of variety and replay value to it.
Absolutely. The last thing I do want to touch on is that these items can be modified. So you see, like this particular weapon, I can modify the rail, the body, and the magazine. And again, there is more faction grinding and blueprints here. So I can, for this particular, this is the hammer. I think this is the pistol you were talking about.
No, I have the bulldog.
Oh, okay. So then let me go to the bulldog, because I know I built that one too. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So let's go to item details on the bulldog. Now you can see that I can skin it. There's 2 skins open. 1 skin is not. It says Loot Boy 2019 weapon skin, vanity option. I have no idea what that means. But in the body, we could go to Blueprints Faction Level 4. Now, here's the thing. I don't know why it's going to let me craft this. And I noticed this on these items before, and I'm thinking this is just an early access thing. Because this is an ice...
Oh, is it blue for you?
Yeah.
It was for me earlier, now I look at it and it's red. So
yeah, I
guess that is a little...
I can create it. So in body, blueprints for the hard kick hammers, it says faction level 4 for the ICA. I only have 3, but it will let me craft this.
I don't have the materials for it anymore. That's why it won't let me craft it, because I made something else.
Yeah, so I had the materials, but based on what it said on the screen, I didn't have the faction standing.
Yeah, that's probably a bug.
Here's another one. Faction level 4 ICA again. This is the magazine for the bulldog, shredded pellets or shredder pellets, and it's letting me. Boop, here we go. Craft, equip, boom, boom, boom. So I did notice that the only place I've noticed it is these enhancement slots for the weapons, but I think that's a bug. I think that'll probably be fixed pretty soon. because you're able to cheat. Now, I don't know why it's like they're not all unlocked. just some of them, all the way up to like faction level 4. I don't know. So plan on that probably being fixed. Final word on this one, Jason, from you. I give it a thumbs up at the moment. I'm going to keep playing this. In fact, I'm going to play it later today, too. I hope they don't screw it up with monetization. I don't have any real reason to believe they will. They did Dreadnought pretty well as far as the monetization goes there. Say what you will about the game itself and whether you like it or not. We're talking about just the monetization. But I worry in the land of battle royales, can they stay away from actually doing loot boxes and things like that? I don't know. I think the temptation might be too great with this type of game, and that would be a really quick turnoff for me. As of right now, I'll give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I want to say they'll be smart enough to do something like a season pass instead. Because like you said, Dreadnought was okay, and they didn't have any issues there, although, again, question how well that game did, so maybe they think they'll need to do something different here, but yeah, I think it's going to be okay on that, or at least if they do have to do loot boxes, it'll be at least cosmetic stuff, because there's no way they'll put in like actual guns or something. I think in loot boxes like that.
No, I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to do that.
So yeah, I'd also give it a thumbs up. Although talking about with what you've been saying and the little stuff like this crafting stuff, I'm going to give it a little while to even out after the early access and get the really basic bugs dealt with. So
yeah, I mean there are early access bugs, so. It's early access. Enjoy those. Archetypes, by the way, 6 of them. I was playing the Gambler. Some of the equipment that you have here, or the skins that you see from my chest, gloves, and boots, full disclaimer, the team behind the cycle, Yager, did supply Jason and I with the $60 Founders Pack. We had already played the game for the first look prior to that. We're recording after I've put those things on my account, so our opinions still hold. I am not swayed by them giving me free skins that really don't matter in cash shop currency that I can't spend at the moment anyway.
For what it's worth, I've not entered my
kit
in yet, so I'm playing as a free player, which you can do right now.
Yep, and if you want the Founders Packs, here they are. Again, it's just emotes and skins. So you're not getting any, there's not even any like bonus money or credits or anything like that. Just some cosmetic stuff and cash shop currency that you can't use yet. So if you want to support it, $10 to $60, go for it. But Jason, final word goes to you, and then I'll sign us off.
Yeah, it's a neat new take on the Battle Royale genre, and on some level I kind of want to see it do well, just to see if this will open up some more variety in that area.
Couldn't agree more. For Jason Winter, I am Mike Byrne, a.k.a. Magic Man from MMOBomb.com, saying if you want to check it out, it's an early access. You got to use the Epic Game Store, though. Until next time, gang, stay safe, and we'll see you out on the servers.